Hey everyone, this is Daniel,
And I'm Jun,
and we are
Korean.
American. June,
Yes.
I have a friend. I want to see if this is normal to you,
Yeah.
or extreme, or
Mhm.
where it falls on that spectrum.
Yeah.
He's an Korean American. He's married to a Korean,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as he comes into the door,
Mm-hmm.
he
And he
has
lives in
to.
Korea.
He lives in Korea now.
Mm-hmm.
He has to take off his clothes,
Mm-hmm.
immediately change,
Yeah.
and most likely shower.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he ate Korean barbecue that day, for example, 100%, you got to shower before coming to bed,
Yeah.
right? It could be midnight.
Mm-hmm.
He has to shower before being around the house, going to bed, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, that to me is pretty extreme,
It is.
right? And if I need to do things or whatever, like I'm just going to do them. Of course, I'm going to change before sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
but to be that strict, I think is a little bit extreme.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also in line with this concept I've heard too in Korea of inside clothes versus outside clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost like any clothes that's been exposed to the outside, it should only be outside. It can't be in the house.
Yeah.
It's almost like if something touches trash, it becomes trash,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
anyway, this idea of inside clothes versus outside clothes, again, to me as an American, feels very extreme.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to get your thoughts on this, and in
Mhm.
general, take this episode to talk about hygiene
Mm-hmm.
and the differences in Korean and American expectations and culture there.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I do agree that your friend's situation is pretty extreme,
Yeah.
I also do think it's pretty normal in Korea, and
Uh-huh.
I can understand that. For instance, like a couple of weeks ago, I was invited to my friend's place,
Yeah.
and he lives in like a studio apartment, right? So you can see his bed there
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and he didn't have a couch. So I thought naturally I'll just sit on the bed.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, you can't sit
Yeah.
on the bed with your outside clothes on.
Oh, he said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's very strict about that. And I was like, okay, I'll just sit on the floor.
Yeah.
And it's not a abnormal thing in
Okay.
Korea. There are people who are very strict about things that you wear outside and
Yeah.
things that you wear inside. I have my inside clothes at my house,
Yeah.
but it's only for comfort.
Yes.
It's not because I feel that my outside clothes are dirty.
I see.
I'm very happy to just sit on my couch or get into bed with my outside clothes, which I know that a lot of Korean audience would think it's gross.
Horrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't care. But I do also, know that it's maybe I'm the anomaly almost in
So
Korea.
you think in like the Korean spectrum of hygiene, I guess, conscious or strictness,
Mhm.
you're a little bit looser. You're
yeah,
okay
yeah,
with that.
I think so.
Like for example, sometimes I put my coat on your couch.
Mhm.
I know that would be a no-no, I think, in a lot of Korean houses.
Mhm.
Are you okay with that and just being polite, or would you prefer I not put my outside coat on your couch?
I am totally okay with that because I
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
just roll into my couch after I just, without even showering when I come back from work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
All
totally
right.
okay with that.
Cool.
Yeah. And you know what? Like after getting a cat in my house,
Yeah.
like a lot of your hygiene standards
Go
has to-
down.
yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
And but even before I had a cat, like I wouldn't necessarily separate like outside clothes to inside. Yeah.
Am I getting that right though? The whole concept of outside clothes, like as soon as your clothes touch the outdoors,
Mhm.
right now they're almost dirty from being outside, and so when you come in, you take them off immediately and change into indoor clothes.
Yeah.
You probably put that clothes into a styler that will like shake it or refresh it, right?
Yeah.
And or it goes directly to the hamper, right? Okay.
I don't want to say 100 100% of people do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not an abnormal thing.
Okay.
Yeah. There are some certain households that are very strict about that, certain households that are not. But yeah, there definitely is a concept of like you shouldn't wear your outside clothes inside.
I see.
Yeah.
Where do you think this comes from? Like, is it a recent thing with the misemanji, like the yellow dust, or has it been there for a while?
I don't think it's a recent thing, but it's because maybe my air quality wasn't that good throughout the recent history in Korea.
So you think that might have had an impact on this?
Maybe if you think about it, I've never
Yeah.
thought of it before,
I see.
but maybe. And also, I think there's a way of thinking in Korea where like your house is your sanctuary and you don't want anything dirty to come in, and it
Yeah.
goes hand in hand with this is the East Asian culture, but like not putting on shoes. inside your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hygienic.
Mm-hmm.
I also heard for hygiene reasons, that's why a lot of Koreans don't like carpet. They think it's unhygienic. Have you heard this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
I mean, it is unhygienic. I mean, when you if you ever clean a rug or like try to deep clean your carpet, carpets are filthy.
Yeah.
At the same time, for me, like I love carpet. They're so comfortable, right? And we've talked about this difference before, mostly from ondol, like underfloor heating, not as effective with carpet, which then effectively acts as insulation. But I don't think we approached it from a hygiene perspective. Yeah.
I think Korean standard of cleaning your floor consists of sweeping it and then doing we call it 걸레질, mopping.
Like mopping.
Yeah. Mopping, but especially with your hand, right?
Yeah.
And I don't do 걸레질. I only mop and use
Jun, you're filthy.
Maybe. I don't do 걸레질, which again, some people in the audience would be horrified that I don't do it. I vacuum, and sometimes I sweep, and sometimes I use the
wet mop.
No, you know, like those like 3M, kind of like felt thing that you attach to a mop thing, and then I love those.
Like the cloth wipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Swiffer?
I don't know what they're called.
Is it different than the Swiffer? Anyway,
it kind of feels like felt.
Like a dusting thing.
Yeah. Anyways, but I think one of the reasons why Korean people would think that carpets are unhygienic is because they can't do the mopping.
The deep clean.
Yeah.
The mopping. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean I agree with that. It's just again my acceptable level of hygiene. I mean carpets are fine. Yeah. If you vacuum it regularly, it's fine. But on that note too, another observation I made is that Korean households in general, they're pretty much dust free. Like I'm always shocked by how little dust I see everywhere in my apartment. And again, compared to living in the States, where like I don't know, you don't dust for a week and like dust is accumulated everywhere. To me, it's next level. I don't know why there's so little dust in Korea. It feels maybe it's all to this, right? They don't like carpet. They change their clothes immediately, etc. But yeah.
Daniel, if you receive a package from Coupang and let's say it's a box, do you bring it into your house?
Yes.
I do too.
Okay.
I know friends who
they
have a place where, you know, like we call it hyungwan, the area where you take your shoes off.
Yes.
They have a little like table there.
Yeah.
So that they can put the box there, open the box, and then just bring in the stuff inside the box. So that the box never comes
inside the house.
Yeah.
Not surprising. Like again, I would never ever think to do that. But not surprising to hear that.
Yeah.
It's similar where, you know, again, you're supposed to step out of your shoes into home slippers. But, you know, sometimes I'll like, even today, I took my shoes off at like the front and I had to step on my socks on the outdoor area for a while. I know a lot of Koreans would be horrified by that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now your sock's dirty because you stepped on the shoe area and now you're walking around my house in those dirty socks. Like, come on.
Okay, I have to admit this, and this.
You notice that?
No. Oh. I sometimes do things that are even worse.
Oh.
So I mostly wear my indoor slippers.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I go get the boxes in front of my house, I just wear the slippers outside to the hallway.
Jun, you're nasty, man. That's so dirty.
Would you not do that?
No, but I'd go on my bare foot.
I don't know which is worse.
All right, very specifically, again, there's this moment.
This is the filthy episode.
I've talked about this before. I do yoga at the apartment, like, you know, facilities, but it's in a separate room from like the main gym.
Yeah.
And like, so after the yoga class is over, you know, sometimes I don't want to put on my shoes just to take them off to change into my other shoes.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll just like kind of tiptoe on my heels and toes over to that area. Yeah. And I can feel the looks. People are like, that is a nasty man right there.
Oh, yes. Specifically in gyms, they don't allow you to wear outside shoes.
Yeah, I was going to say we have to mention this.
Yeah. It never happens in the States, right?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So in Korean gyms, for the audience, you have to have a separate pair of gym shoes that have only ever touched gym floors.
Yeah.
They can never have touched outside floor. Yeah.
And you know what's really interesting is I think this is what I think hygiene is a very conceptual thing. because number one, like Korean gyms, they would never allow you to wear outside shoes inside their gyms, but then they never wipe the actually dirty thing after you use the machines, right? It's like filthy, like sweat and all that, but they don't think twice to share the surface of that.
Yeah.
But they're very concerned about the shoes. Which your body actually never touches.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
But this is consistent to me because have you seen what some people do outdoors in Korea? To me, it's pretty nasty.
Like what? Like blowing your nose?
Like spit in the middle of the sidewalk. Come on. I mean, sometimes if I have the urge to spit outside, I'll spit. But I'll spit on like the grass, right?
Yeah.
Especially, I'll say ajishi들, like the older people. They
don't just spit. Yeah.
They will like accumulate all of their snot.
Yeah. It's nasty.
And then spit in the middle of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And even to the point of my kids are like, Daddy, what's that? That looks like someone spit. And I'm like, it is. Don't touch it. Don't get near it, right?
Yeah.
Come on. That's pretty dirty.
That is dirty. So I think hygiene is just it's a conceptual thing.
Yeah. But I get it maybe. I don't know. Like maybe outdoors are just people in Korea treat the outdoors more like,
dirty.
Yeah, like I can do whatever I want outside. Therefore, inside the house, I have to be even more careful.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This episode, I guess it doesn't make a lot of sense because I feel like we have the same level of hygiene.
But at least you can understand the Korean standard, right? Which for me, I'm starting to learn. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a 걸레 at your house?
We do.
You have a 걸레?
We have like a set of towels we use as 걸레.
Yeah. And when you wash the 걸레, do you put it in the washer together with the other clothes? Okay, so I have to admit, I do that.
You too. Jun, I don't know. I think I wash them separately.
Really?
But it's still in the same machine, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like, and of course the machines are pretty dirty themselves.
Yeah.
So
I always, when it comes to hygiene, I always want to think, is this just a conceptual thing or is this actually scientifically cleaner or not? See, in that same reason, if you're gonna wash it in the washing machine anyways, it's just the same thing.
Yeah,
and I feel like
it's not that different.
It's not that different. I put the 걸레 with my other clothes. Yeah, because like the 걸레, I just use it inside the house. How dirty can it be?
Jun, you're getting defensive. You don't have to be defensive in front of me.
I'm used to this because there are a lot of people who would judge me a hard time.
My standard is, I think, okay, 30 years ago, would anyone have separated these, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're doing your laundry, you have your soap, whatever, you're not going to like pour out that soap after doing the 걸레 just to clean your new clothes, right? You will probably clean your clothes first and then do your 걸레s later.
Okay. So when I used to live with my brother, he would always like scold me for like, don't put the 걸레 in the settaki.
So he's more
Oh,
if you don't put it in the settaki, you just hand wash the 걸레 separately in the sink?
Or I think he was mentioning to do it separately.
Okay.
Also, I want to ask you this. Do you have a separate 수건 for your feet and your face and hand?
Oh, like a face towel?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, feet. I don't use my towel on my feet.
You don't use this towel.
I have like a little floor mat that I kind of like dry on, and then. So okay, what I love about Korean ondol, any liquid on the ground just dries up almost immediately. It's so convenient. Yeah. Like, oh, my kids play with water and splash. In the U.S., you'd have to clean immediately. Otherwise, like it would basically stay there forever.
Yeah.
Korea, it's gone in like minutes.
Yeah.
But so I don't ever use my towel on my feet. But I use one towel for my whole face and body.
Yeah, right.
But I know a lot of people have a separate face towel. Yeah.
I think Koreans have a thing with feet.
Yeah.
Like they think it's very dirty.
I see.
So after when I come out from the shower, I basically feel that my entire body is very clean now.
Yeah, including your feet.
So I would clean my face, body, and then I would dry my feet too.
Okay.
And
but people think that's dirty.
Some of my friends, if I stay at a hotel or whatever, not in a hotel, but let's say like a pension. Yeah. You know what a pension is?
Yeah. It's like a retreat area. Yeah.
And I use my towel for my body and then my feet. They were like, "Oh, that's nasty."
All right. So you had the reputation of being like A dirtier Korean.
Maybe.
No.
Or more scientifically objective Korean.
No, Jun,
is what I always say.
I believe... I don't know if this is a myth or not. I believe there's research to show that children who grow up in overly sanitized environments actually have weaker immune systems.
Yeah, which is like...
which makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah, your body's just not used to anything, right? So
that's why I heard that children these days have more allergies.
Yeah. It's too sanitized. Too many antibiotics, but also like they just don't eat dirt. They don't play around dirt or allergens as much. So yeah, I believe that's true. So I also like to think a little bit about that. Like, I don't want my kids to be too clean. Like, I want them to have some resilience in their bodies. It's just my excuse too of just being a little lazy and like letting them, honestly be kids in my mind. But
what about home appliances? One type of home appliance that a lot of Koreans have in their households that I don't get are air purifiers. Because every time I see someone who's using an air purifier, I always have to ask, do you feel the difference? 100% they say they don't.
Oh, yeah.
But they just have it anyways because just
in case.
Yeah.
So this changed a lot for me recently. In Northern California, I'd say starting around maybe 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, there was basically a time, the driest part of the year, where it became wildfire season. And so like when I tell you how dark and scary the sky can become because of these wildfires and the smoke and everything, it's no joke. I forget exactly the number, but it's really bad air quality, right? So before that, we didn't have anything, no air purifiers, whatever. But once it became like a regular yearly kind of occurrence where the air became so bad that literally you'd come home like your white clothes are not white anymore, like that much contaminants and dust in the air. Then we started getting air purifiers for the house. But yeah, before
that's different though. If it's to that extreme, then maybe you'll have to have it.
But I think in Korea, maybe it doesn't reach that level frequently. And so, yeah, from that perspective, I can understand why Koreans would want to have air purifiers. But I don't know if they had them before either.
Yeah.
This specifically touches on another thing I had talked about before. But I feel like the air circulation... So, I said, well, I think Korean households have very little dust. The general air circulation I find to be quite poor. I think air purifiers help with that, just like circulating the air. Yeah. So, for example, your house included, my house included, our bathrooms in our apartment, they don't have any outdoor window.
I don't think I've ever lived in a house where they had a window in a bathroom.
In America?
No, in Korea.
Oh. Exactly. I think Korea, I've never seen it either. Yeah, I don't know why.
And it's even interesting. It's even more interesting because Korean bathrooms are wet bathrooms.
Exactly.
So if anything, Korean bathrooms need a window more.
Jun, haven't you... this is a common complaint on foreigner forums about Korea, is the mold problem in Korea.
Yeah.
Like houses have mold everywhere.
Yes.
And you always have to be careful of it.
Yeah.
People have allergies they've never had before because of the mold.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me how much mold is in Korea because of things like this. Wet bathrooms combined with lack of circulation in general. So yeah.
And also the very humid summers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back on track.
We were on home appliances, I think.
Oh, home appliances.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to mention one more thing.
So you had the air purifier.
Yeah.
And like I said, not a thing in the US, except recently, I think due to like wildfires all around the world, really. But specifically where I was living, it became quite common.
Yeah. What about a styler? You mentioned this before.
Yeah. So I had never heard of a styler. At one point, I think we stayed at an Airbnb in Korea and they had a styler. And I was like, what the heck is this? Don't know how to use it. Not going to try.
It's just an invention by LG.
It's a very foreign appliance, though, in the US. But it's so ubiquitous, it feels like, in Korea.
I don't think it's ubiquitous.
Common,
I think it was in trend at some point. But yeah.
Can you at least explain what a styler is? Or I can
It's sort of like an... electronic closet, if you will, but if you hang your clothes there, so it's the size of a small fridge, right?
Yes, yeah.
So I think you can hang up to like 4 to 5 coats in there. And what the thing does is that it like shakes and steams the clothes a little bit.
Yeah.
So that it gets off dirt from your clothes and also steams it a little bit.
So which gets rid of the wrinkles a little.
Yeah, and it takes out the odor. And especially, I think it was useful in Korea because they go to gogi chips a lot, and you have like the gogi smell all over your clothes.
Yeah,
and I think that's like the PMF for stylers.
Or dambe nemse, right? Like cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
Maybe. So yeah, we do have a styler. We hardly use it.
I saw it at your house.
We got it because
you want to be more Korean.
We were ordering appliances from our friend who gets a discount at Samsung, and so I guess we were overzealous, like we can get it for like 50% off. But yeah, we hardly use it. But I wish I used it more. It does feel, the clothes at least feels a little fresher after I use it. And I think theoretically you would have to wash it less because you just maintain it a little bit better between washes. So yeah, I like it, but yeah, we hardly use it. I will say they have like 10 different settings. One is for like there's like one even for like mask sanitation or whatever. But yeah, honestly, the reason I don't use it more, I've noticed for like the gogi smell or like the cigarette smell or whatever, it doesn't get it out. I don't know. Maybe we're not using it properly, but yeah.
I don't know. I think I've heard, I don't have a styler myself, but I heard that it's very useful for people who have to wear suits to work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can't have suits like for every day.
Yeah.
So you have to wear it again. But then it 찝찝해 to wear it again without doing the styler.
Some sort of washing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a regular office job, right? So maybe it would be more useful for that.
Oh yeah, and the 교복.
Uniforms. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the styler, to be honest, I think it could be successful in the US. For precisely the homes that don't have built-in, let's say, laundry machines. Most apartments in the US, they just have like a communal laundry thing, and you have to go to a laundromat. You don't have an in-house in-unit machine. So yeah, if I can just like put in the styler, does like 80% of the job, and I wash my clothes a little bit less, I could see it having product market fit there. Yeah. But I was enamored by this thing, right? Because the promise at least is like, oh, you just put in your clothes, you can be wrinkly, a little stinky. It'll come out like fresh and clean. It's awesome. It's like, oh, this is awesome. But for me, it doesn't quite live up to that. Yeah. Appliances, this is not hygiene related, or maybe it is. Kimchi fridge.
How's that hygiene related?
I was thinking because kimchi has such a strong smell that you want to keep the kimchi smell isolated from the rest of your food. But you tell me, is there any hygiene to this?
I've never thought of kimchi fridges that way.
Yeah.
I think the main reason for having a separate appliance for kimchi is because they require a different temperature.
It is colder.
It's like something colder in between a freezer and a fridge.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another reason for using the reason that you mentioned too, but I don't think it's a big factor.
Okay, let's go this direction then.
Yeah.
So I agree. Kimchi fridges keep food a little bit colder. It's also amazing for produce. Like,
yes,
I don't know, whatever. Like if I buy spring onion, it might be good for a week in my normal fridge. It'll be good for like 3 weeks in the kimchi fridge. It really is crazy at that. Also, we hardly open it, right? So every time you open it, makes it a little less fresh. So that might be playing a factor here too. But what I wanted to get into was, in general, it seems like Koreans don't have a leftovers culture like Americans do. So whenever I go out to eat in America, it's very common, like, okay, can I box the remaining food to take home and eat? And I've never seen that happen. Very rarely. I almost never see that happen in Korea. So is there a level of hygiene around, let's say, food and food freshness that you think Koreans have that might be different?
That's interesting. Maybe on the top of my mind, the reason why it's very difficult to take out food in Korea is because traditionally you share everything, and it's just like all in a form of banchan. Whereas in America, you have your own separate dish, so it's very convenient to just take everything that you have on your plate to go home. But imagine you're at like a Korean, whatever, sundaeguk place.
Yeah,
you're having your separate sundaeguks.
Yeah.
But then you have a bunch of panchans that you're sharing.
Leftover, yeah.
Yeah, it will sound very weird to ask, which my mom does, by the way. Ask the restaurant owner to box it up.
Yeah.
I
see. I would have I mean, if you're sharing it there though, right? You're already, let's say, mixing germs, right?
That's that's the very contradicting thing about Korean food culture and hygiene in general.
Yeah.
If you're so concerned about hygiene, why would you share your dish and dip it into the same soup? Which nowadays people tend not to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it depends on the relationship with the people that you're sharing the meal with. If you're very close to that person, I think people are still very comfortable sharing. At work, because you're not like really close, right? They try to be more, I guess, act more civilized and ask for, because you don't know if there's that one person who's very uncomfortable. No, who's very uncomfortable with sharing. Yeah,
I see. They're called the manner chopstick, right? Is that, have you heard that term?
매너 젓가락?
I heard they're called manner chopsticks.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That's funny.
So always put like one pair of chopsticks on like the dish to use to bring to your plate.
And there's always that one person who doesn't understand what it is and just
Dude, I have a great story.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we first moved to Pangyo, there was this, I think, kalguksu place. And they had this giant like thing on the table, every table, full of kimchi.
Yeah.
But what you're supposed to do...
Oh my God, I can already see what happened.
You're supposed to use the tongs, pull out the kimchi that you're going to eat, and just cut as much as you're going to eat on your plate.
Yeah.
But my wife and I didn't know.
Oh, right? No.
And so we were using like the chopsticks we're eating with and just like going into the communal kimchi pot. And like, I can see from across the whole restaurant, the other end, the restaurant worker just like running across, being like, what are you doing? Like, don't do that. Like, here, you're supposed to put it into...
Well, wait.
Horrified.
Like, I understand the restaurant owner.
Yeah.
But what did you feel about that communal kimchi when you saw it in the first time?
Oh, I guess we didn't realize it was like...
Oh, you thought communal. It was for you.
I thought it was our portion.
I see.
And I was like, wow, it's a lot of kimchi. All right, got to get to work, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're just supposed to, take it out, cut it what you're supposed to do. But this is common, right? Like they keep the communal pickled whatever. Like for like a ramen place, it might be the whatever the pink pickle thing is. But anyway, it'll just be the common amount.
Yeah,
you're supposed to put the amount you want on your plate. You don't just eat directly from it. Yeah. Now we know better, but
now that you mention it, I think that's kind of gross too.
What, having a communal?
Because you don't know if you don't know if a Daniel family sat there before. Like, you don't know what happened throughout the day.
Yeah, I saw the restaurant take it away.
Yeah.
After. Which, again, for them, they're like muttering, like, oh, we have to waste this whole
But it's just a trust system where you have to trust everyone who shared the table with you before.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so I always feel a little bit 찝찝해.
Yeah.
When there's like a pot of kakdugi or
whatever.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
The communal.
Yeah.
How about self-service bars, though? Self-bar. Right? It's same. You go up there, you take your banchan from the communal pot, right?
But I feel a bit more safer for the self-bar because on a table, it's so easy for you to just dip in with your... Because like the physical context is you're eating right there. But self-bar, you're not bringing your chopsticks there or anything, right?
It's true.
You don't know what you're going to do at the self-bar, but I feel a bit more safer.
I think because they have the communal serving utensil.
But a self-bar is basically a buffet system.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're uncomfortable with a self-bar, you can't go to a buffet.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you sleeve up your hand when you use the like... So a lot of buffet lines, they have the glove. I think during COVID times, it was
it made sense
expected for everyone to glove up before. But now when I go to buffets at hotels or whatever, sometimes I see that they have them, but I don't use them.
I don't use
them. But I see Koreans use them.
You share do you share the glove?
No. You just like it's one-time use disposable glove. So you just glove up, use the communal utensil to put it on your plate.
Yeah.
And it's just because they don't want everyone's hand touching that same utensil.
So see, there are a lot of things that don't make sense in Korea in terms of like the level of hygiene.
No, but I'm saying they're very hygienic, or at least they try to be on the surface.
But they go to public bathrooms and they go into the same like filthy bathtub together.
Yeah, that's true. Communal baths.
So see, it's all just conceptual.
There's that one comment that someone made on one of our posts.
Mm-hmm.
They miss about in the US there's this thing in public bathrooms called the toilet seat cover, and it's one-time use. It has like it perfectly fits the toilet, and so you don't have to like sit your bare butt on the thing. Sometimes in Korea I see they have like a sanitizing thing, like you're supposed to, they have instructions like take the napkin, sanitize it, wipe the toilet bowl, and then sit down on it. But yeah, do you think twice in a public bathroom before sitting down? Do you cover it with toilet paper? Which I do.
You do?
I do.
I feel 찝찝해, but I don't.
You don't, yeah.
But I heard that they have them in women's bathrooms.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Because maybe women care more about hygiene.
That number one. Number two, because maybe it's used more frequently.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you put toilet paper on top of the...
I do, yeah.
in any public restroom?
Yeah, even like the nicest Hyundai department store bathrooms, I do.
You do?
I don't know why. It's just like a thing. Yeah.
When you were at the office, did you do that?
I did.
Oh, wow.
Any public bathroom, I just like, it's so easy to just put some toilet paper on it, but it doesn't fit as perfectly as the toilet seat cover, right? It's like sometimes it's falling in. It's annoying. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay, speaking about public bathrooms, I have to mention it. The soap.
Yeah.
Have you seen like it's just like a communal bar soap, sometimes on a rod?
Yeah.
Just like, what do you feel? How do you feel about communal soap in public bathrooms? Bar soap, sorry, specifically communal bar soap.
I want to say I don't see a lot of them than I used to recently. Now they're all replaced with like soap
Liquid
dispenser.
Soap. Yeah.
Sometimes they're even like sensor run, right? So you don't even have to touch the button.
I love that.
Yeah. But I can imagine them in like more shady public restrooms, or like what do they call, like 고속도로 휴게소? What are they called?
Yeah, rest
stops.
areas. Yeah.
I can see that. No, actually rest stop bathrooms are really nice.
They're nice.
Yeah.
And they're constantly being cleaned.
Yeah.
But we've been to one rest stop area which was not nice. And yeah, they had the bar soap.
I don't know. I would feel 찝찝해. Especially, you know, like sometimes when they're like, I don't know why, but they're kind of slimy.
Yeah. Wait, so you do feel 찝찝해 around public bathroom, public bar soap? Okay.
Now that you mention it, I want to defend for it too, but...
All right.
Because I think soap is self-cleaning.
Okay, other hygiene. Sneezing.
Sneezing in public?
In public. What's
yeah.
the manner around that? You like use the elbow cover?
That became a thing during COVID now. So
okay,
I see. I do it myself too.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a method of doing it on your elbow. Or this it's not an elbow.
Elbow.
Inside of your elbow.
Opposite. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Elbow crease.
But I do that because I get the logic behind it.
But
right?
it's like a COVID thing, right?
Yeah.
So before that, how would Koreans sneeze?
Like this, covering your...
Oh, you cover your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they just do it and like whatever.
That's what I was trying to get at. In public,
yeah.
I mean, again, typically older people, I just see them like, they don't even aim away.
Yeah.
They'll just like sneeze in front of you. You see the spray.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's nasty. Come on.
That is nasty.
Yeah.
And sometimes like, you see the particles.
Yeah, the mist. That's what I mean. Yeah. Okay. But you wouldn't, I want to try to make sure I'm not misrepresenting. Like if you see someone just sneeze, no covering in front of them, you wouldn't think twice, right? You'd be like, oh, that's just how they do it.
Not after COVID though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
COVID, I think, changed things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what's next level, right?
What?
People who are like blowing their noses in public without covering anything.
Okay.
Like
we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
My dad does this.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. They like lean over, cover one nostril.
Yeah.
Blow it out.
Yeah.
Other nostril, blow it out,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Just like onto the ground.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my dad does that.
But I don't see that often. Maybe like once every several years, maybe. In Chongno.
In the Shigwar. Yeah. My dad will do it on hikes. Right? Like, yeah. He's like out in public, out in nature, whatever.
Or do you say something to your dad?
No, I'm not gonna say anything to my dad. Yeah. That was just that generation. All right.
Oh, I also wanted to mention this. So teeth at work.
Yeah.
Or in public.
Yep.
What do you feel about that?
Still think it's weird. Yeah.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
As an American.
Yeah. And like you said at one of your previous workplaces, one of the sinks in the bathroom was dedicated for toothbrushing.
Yeah,
that's nasty, man.
That's nasty.
Those sinks get dirty with all like the food residue and everything. Come on, that's gross.
But see, Korean people would think that it's nasty to not clean
keep it in your mouth.
Yeah.
I will say I have not yet ever brushed my teeth during the day after a meal. But I start to think about it more. It's like, oh, my teeth are feeling a little bit whatever. I should like maybe brush now.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it yet. But at least I'm starting to think about it like a Korean. Yeah.
Because now I'm going to like a Korean workplace. Everyone brushes their teeth.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And I feel very weird not to.
Oh, you don't do it?
I don't do it.
Oh, have you never done it?
Have I never done it?
Have you ever done it then? Yeah.
Have I? Yes.
What made you stop then?
That's an interesting question. I don't know why.
And what else is nasty? Okay, not nasty is a strong word, but for this to happen, Korean employees keep their toothbrush set at their desk. I think that's kind of gross, having your toothbrush on your desk. They're not all using one-time disposable. They keep it at their desk, right? It's kind of gross.
At some offices, they have like those toothbrush sanitizer machines
in
the bathrooms.
What is that? Oh, the UV thing?
Yeah.
We have to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have a UV thing. You put your toothbrush in.
Yeah.
That feels kind of gross to me too. That's like a communal UV cleaning station. Everyone's putting their toothbrush, I don't know, in there.
There must be, I want to debunk this. There must be a criteria in which American people think something is gross, whereas Korean people are totally okay with it, and the other way around. I don't know what this is.
I think it's the self-sanitizing, maybe. Like you think soap is self-sanitizing, those UV stations are self-sanitizing, but I don't know. I think it's kind of gross. Anything public.
Do you think this is the thing? I think Korean people think other people are less dirty. Like sharing things with other people, they're okay with.
Yeah.
But they think the outside environment is
dirtier. I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like actually, when I'm outdoors, I'm completely fine sitting on dirt, on grass, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I don't think about, okay, has a pet, use this as their bathroom or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel okay sitting down. I don't know if Koreans would. They'd sit on like a cardboard box or something. Yeah.
Maybe.
Or they just squat, so they're like not fully sitting. Maybe. It's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So the outside environment's dirtier to Koreans, but other people
are less
dirty. Yeah.
Maybe. I didn't think it was dirty. Putting my toothbrush into the communal UV thing.
Yeah.
Because the machine is meant for
cleaning.
Sanitizing.
But again, the science. Like even laundry machines.
Yeah.
They're really dirty inside. You have to. Yeah, you're supposed to. There's a way to like deep clean your laundry machine, but no one ever does that. Yeah.
But then, how do Americans share the same laundry machine in a communal laundry place?
They just deal with it, to be honest. Yeah. But have you ever thought about that? How often does that UV machine get cleaned itself?
No.
All that food bacteria is floating in there, and you're putting your toothbrush into that.
Maybe, but the UV is gonna
clean it anyway.
I don't know. Yeah, there used to be. I used to go to an office where that's the same place where they had a dedicated sink for the cleaning.
There was a UV station.
Yeah,
you
so
put
they're
your toothbrush
going full in investing in like this teeth cleaning environment.
I do think Koreans love that UV cleaning.
Yeah.
Right. So like any public water station, they'll have the metal cup.
Yeah.
And like the UV thing, you take it out from there. Cutlery is in there, whatever.
Yeah.
Again, I've never seen like a UV cleaning station in the US.
Explain what UV is.
Ultraviolet radiation. Right?
Yeah.
But it's to the point too. Again, we have a newborn in Korea. We had 3 babies in the US, 1 in Korea, and the one in Korea for all the baby bottles and like pacifiers, things like that. We have this tiny mini UV station at home, and we do put it in there and use it. But every time I do, I'm like, is this necessary? Like, why?
Yeah,
it's such a hassle in a sense, and like, I don't know if this is dirty, but we've never cleaned that thing, so I see like, milk residue, water residue. It's just like, it's not the cleanest environment to begin with.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like there's no need, and there's even a chance it gets dirtier by putting it in there. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah. Have you ever thought twice about this UV cleaning system that Koreans are obsessed with?
I think it's more about peace of mind than actual hygiene.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I think that's what matters.
Yeah.
In this whole discourse of hygiene, I think what it eventually matters is the peace of mind.
Yeah.
Because modern day environment isn't that dirty anyways.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just about like getting rid of the 찝찝해ness and then peace of mind.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else related to hygiene? Oh, we talked about this in some other episode, but dishwashing.
Dishes,
right? Yeah. There's a rumor in Korea that American people or Western people, the way that they wash their dishes is that they just dip it in soap water and then take it out, and then they just clean it, dry it with the cloth without rinsing it, and just putting back in the rack.
Yeah. That to me is nasty.
Yeah.
And after that episode, I did some research actually. I hadn't done it in time for that episode.
Yeah.
This traces back to, I think, somewhere in Europe. There was a very specific, there's certain countries in the world where this is very accepted. And I think it originates from a specific commercial or brand. They did a heavy marketing advertising campaign to, wash your dishes like this. It's so easy to do. And you don't have to rinse and you don't have to do anything. Just like dip them in soap water, take them out and let them dry. And in this Reddit thread that I read, people were die hard. Like, it's fine. You're being sensitive. Like,
really?
The minimal trace amounts of soap that you're eating, negligent, right? No big deal, right? So the people who live this way, they will, defend it to the grave that it's fine.
Wow.
But to be clear, I think most people, it's like, no, they rinse. You have to rinse that dirty soap water off. Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily, I don't necessarily think it's dirty.
You don't want to be eating soap. Yeah.
Yeah, but like eating soap doesn't necessarily, for me, it's not a dirty thing.
It's a taste thing.
Yeah, like if you eat soap, is that dirty? I don't know why I don't associate that with
I see what
dirtiness.
you're saying. Okay.
But it's just like,
it's gross.
Chemically.
Yeah, to me it's gross.
It's unhealthy is what I think. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to be clear. I don't think most Americans do that. If they emigrated from a country where that was very common and accepted, then they might carry that with them. But most Americans rinse. Yeah, that's not a thing. Okay. Let's see any other. Oh, dead skin.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that.
Okay.
Because for a long time in Korea, people thought it was gross to just shower and never do the daemiri thing. Yeah.
So daemiri, for the audience, is literally rubbing off abrasively dead skin from your body, usually with some sort of abrasive like cloth or glove. It's literally called a daemit, right? Like a mitten.
Daemiri sugon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like they're like, and your skin is like red after this, right?
Yeah.
But it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. This I think is I don't think Westerners do this. They rinse, they cover themselves in soap, rinse off the soap, and that's it. But yeah, the daemiri thing, I think I still do pretty religiously.
Yeah.
And try to teach it to my kids. But I feel like this is a very Korean thing.
It sounds very differently if you say dead skin, because in Korea, 때 literally means like filth.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So they think that the thing that comes out from your skin,
it's filth.
They don't think of it as dead skin. They think it's filth.
I see.
That's why I think there's like a very different conception. Yeah.
I think it's similar to, again, I'm not deep into like skincare, but an exfoliant, like something abrasive.
Yeah.
And again, my understanding is you're not supposed to exfoliate too much.
Yeah.
Like maybe once a week, something like that.
Yeah.
So if you're like daemiriing every day, it might be overkill.
Yeah.
I do it whenever I feel the need.
Even back in the days, I don't think they used to do that every day.
Whenever,
or maybe they did.
It's like a week. But then they probably didn't shower as frequently.
It was a weekend ritual, going to the 목욕탕.
Yeah.
Like father and son thing.
Yeah.
Mother and daughter thing. Yeah. But I don't think Koreans do that anymore.
Really?
Religiously. Because number one, there aren't a lot of public bathrooms anymore. So do you do the daemira thing? Did you say?
No, we don't have one. I just use my hands.
Yeah.
But I know it's different. We don't have like the daemira, like the mitten or the towel.
You know what Koreans call that?
What?
Itali towel. Italian towel. I don't know where it came from.
The rough one you use to daemira.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Italy towel.
I don't.
So we don't have one of those. No.
I wanna see the origin of this. Oh, the reason why it was initially called iteri towel is because the rayon, is it called rayon?
I don't know.
The fiber that's used to make these things were imported from Italy.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Isn't that why would you import that? I never thought it was like a fancy material. Okay, when you go to a public bath though, they have the communal seats, right? And it's plastic. I imagine like it has some antibacterial properties. But that's gross, right? Do you think about that? Sitting on the same plastic seat that like 100 other people that they sat
Daniel,
on.
If you want to dip into the same bathtub, right? Can you like? What's the point there anymore?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
No, but you're not like rubbing against your fellow bathers, right?
I don't even know what's dirtier. If I can choose, right? Do you want to sit on the same plastic seat where they were butt naked?
Yeah.
Versus, do you want to be in the same tub with other people
concurrently,
who are
with
naked, who like you don't know what's happening inside inside the water? I would choose the seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I definitely think twice before actually, to be quite honest, I don't sit down. Yeah.
You don't sit down? Yeah. I don't even know how that works.
I don't like sit there and use the public bath.
Oh,
like,
you don't
for
sit
minutes
there.
and minutes and minutes.
Because
I'll just like quickly rinse my body off after. Yeah.
Yeah, there are two different stations for showering, right?
Oh.
The one where you stand up.
Yeah.
And you clean yourself before you go into the tub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then so the routine is that you go to the standing shower first.
Yeah.
Rinse yourself, and then go into the tub, and then use everything, whatever. Go to the sauna, whatever, and then you go to the sitting area to actually like scrub off 데미러 and stuff. Yeah.
I'll just use the shower both times. Yeah.
American way of using the public bathroom.
It's just, people are brushing their teeth in there.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're just sitting there for 10, 20 minutes, grooming, cleaning themselves.
Yeah.
I just never have done that. It's not part of my thing.
Have you ever done the 데미리 thing?
I have.
From a person?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have? Yeah. In a
Korean spa. I did it once at We Spa in LA.
I see.
I've never done it in Korea. I want to. Again, when we moved here, it was COVID protocol, so all chimjibangs were closed down. And now there isn't, like you said, even one in walking distance. So, yeah.
I think I've done it once or twice that I remember.
Yeah.
I might have done it more when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But it's like after you do it, you feel so clean.
Yeah. So baby smooth, baby soft skin. Yeah, it's so good.
But it does feel kind of weird
when you're getting it done.
Yeah.
I guess that's really, we covered the inside outside clothes thing, so that's what I wanted to cover the most. Okay. All right, Jun, let's wrap it up there. We haven't done this in a while, but please like, comment, subscribe. If you think this episode was worth 25 cents, please consider supporting us on Patreon at $1 a month. It would mean a lot to us. And yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah. We hope your day is squeaky clean.
Wherever you live, stay clean, stay happy. Oh yeah, cleanliness is next to godliness. I don't even know where that's from, but I know it's a quote.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right.
Bye. I have a friend. What?
Oh.
What? Too forced?
Yeah, it's too forced.
Good.
Okay.
All right.